It was the year 2570 BC, during the reign of Khufu, Pharaoh of the Fourth Dynasty. The sun rose each morning over the vast desert plain of Giza, spreading its golden light over the majestic pyramids that began to rise on the horizon, like stone giants defying the passage of time. The Nile River, ever fertile, bathed the lush land surrounding it, creating a strip of life amidst the vastness of the desert. In this land of mystery and magnificence, stories were woven that would endure for millennia. Along the banks of the Nile, in the great city of Heliopolis, was Ptahmose, a young scribe who, although born into a humble family, had managed to carve out a place for himself thanks to his sharp mind and skill with hieroglyphs. Since his youth, he had felt a fascination for the stories of pharaohs and gods, for the sacred tales passed down from mouth to mouth and inscribed in the temples and on the court's papyrus. Ptahmose found himself at the epicenter of one of the greatest works the world would ever know, the construction of the Great Pyramid of Khufu, a gigantic tomb intended to secure the pharaoh's immortality and consolidate his divinity in the afterlife. The construction of the pyramid was a titanic project that had begun several years earlier when Khufu, in his desire to leave an eternal mark, decided to erect an unprecedented structure. Thousands of workers labored tirelessly, day after day, under the scorching sun, transporting enormous stone blocks from nearby quarries. In total, it is estimated that over 2 million stone blocks were used, each weighing several tons. Ptahmose had been appointed as one of the scribes responsible for recording the progress of the construction and keeping the accounts. With his pen, he took notes on the number of workers, the offerings to the gods, and the tributes sent from the farthest regions of the empire. Khufu, whose name translates as "he who belongs to the star," had an obsession with the concept of immortality. According to ancient Egyptian beliefs, the pharaoh was a living god, the intermediary between men and the gods. The pyramid rising in Giza was not just his tomb, but his celestial abode, a place of resurrection where his spirit could ascend to reunite with Ra, the sun god, and Osiris, the god of the afterlife. The priests, who were responsible for guiding the religious ceremonies, ensured that through offerings and sacrifices, the construction of the pyramid would be blessed by the gods, and that the pharaoh would find a safe path to eternity. Ptahmose, although skeptical about the pharaoh's divinity, could not deny the power and influence emanating from Khufu's figure. In the grand ceremonies, he saw the priests fervently invoking the gods while the pharaoh stood imposing. As the years passed, the days grew longer and the nights quieter. As the pyramid took shape, tensions began to arise. In the court, some of Khufu's closest advisors began to murmur quietly about certain omens indicating that the gods were not satisfied with the people's sacrifice. During his visits to the Temple of Karnak, Ptahmose heard stories from an elderly priest named Iset, who claimed that the pharaoh was being watched from the heavens. According to ancient writings, the gods had given Khufu the opportunity to build a tomb that would eternalize him. One day, when the pyramid was in its final phase of construction, the situation in the kingdom became unsustainable. The pharaoh, obsessed with the perfection of his work, increased demands on his subjects. Ptahmose, who had until then observed the situation from a distance, began to hear whispers of discontent among the pyramid workers. Some even spoke of the possibility of sabotaging the work, that the gods no longer wished to see such a monumental pyramid built.